All right, everybody, buckle up. We're diving deep today. We're talking electric vehicles.
Always a hot topic.
That's right. But this time, it's not about range or charging networks.
Oh, what's on the docket today?
Recalls. Big ones. Hyundai and Kia, over 208,000 electric vehicles. And we're not talking about a loose side mirror here. This is serious stuff. We're talking about losing power while driving.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's definitely not something you want to mess around with. Sounds a bit scary,
You
actually.
got that right. So we've got all the nitty-gritty details right here. The NHTSA reports, the recall notices, the whole shebang. So let's break it down for everyone.
Sounds like a plan. Where do we start?
Well, let's talk about the heart of the problem, right? What's actually causing this whole power loss issue?
All right, so it all boils down to this thing called the Integrated Charging Control Unit, or ICCU for short.
The ICCU.
Yeah. And this little unit, it's basically the control center for the car's entire electrical system. It manages charging for both the main battery, the one that actually makes the car go, and the 12-volt system.
Ah, the 12-volt, that's for like the lights, the radio, all that stuff, right?
Exactly. All the essential stuff. But here's the thing. When the ICCU gets damaged, it can't properly charge that 12-volt battery.
Okay, I see where this is going. So it's not just about like your radio cutting out?
No, it's much more than that. Think power steering, brake assist. As that 12-volt battery drains, those systems start to go, and eventually, you lose all power completely.
Yeah, okay, that is definitely not good.
Yeah.
Not good at all. So have they found any like direct links between this issue and any accidents yet?
Not widespread reports, no, but the potential, oh yeah, it's there. It's a big concern, no doubt about it. Imagine cruising down the highway and suddenly no power steering.
Yeah, talk about a nightmare scenario. So which cars are we talking about here?
Well, it's affecting quite a few models, actually. On the Hyundai side, you've got the Ioniq 5, the Ioniq 6, also their Genesis line, the GV60, the GV70, even the G80.
Wow, okay, quite a few. And what about Kia?
For Kia, it's mainly the EV6 that's been flagged. And the thing is, it's not just limited to like one particular model year either. This recall, it covers cars from 2022 all the way up to 2025.
So it's not like they had one bad batch or something.
Right, exactly, which is a little concerning. It suggests it could be a more systemic problem.
Yeah, for sure. It really makes you think, when you're buying an EV, you're thinking about like the environmental benefits and all that, but you don't always stop to think about the potential for these kinds of electronic glitches.
It's definitely something to consider. But the good news is they are taking steps to fix it. This recall, it requires dealers to inspect the ICCU on all affected vehicles.
Okay, good. So what happens then if they find a problem?
Well, they'll replace the ICCU and a related fuse if needed. But it's not just a hardware fix. They're also updating the car's software as part of the recall.
Interesting. So it's kind of like a two-pronged approach.
Exactly.
The software updates, are they addressing known software bugs that could contribute to the ICCU problem?
That's what they're looking into. It's still under investigation, the exact root causes of all this. But early findings, they're suggesting there might be a design flaw in the ICCU, something to do with heat dissipation, maybe making it vulnerable to damage.
Makes you wonder if, as this EV technology develops, are we just going to keep seeing more of these kinds of issues pop up?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? I mean, look, we're still in the early stages of this whole EV revolution, so yeah, hiccups are bound to happen. It's like with any new technology, there are always going to be some growing pains. But that's why these recalls are so important. They help us identify and address these problems as they come up.
Right. Better to catch it now than, later down the road when things could be even worse. And we're talking about a lot of cars here, over 208,000, you said.
Yeah, it's a significant number. Though, to be fair to Kia, they have said that they estimate only about 1% of the recalled cars actually have the defect.
Okay, so a small percentage, but still a pretty big number of vehicles.
Yeah, that's right. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on.
All right, so to recap for everyone, we've got this potentially dangerous electrical problem. Could lead to a complete loss of power while driving, and it's affecting a bunch of popular Hyundai and Kia EV models.
Across multiple model years, too.
Right, exactly. But the good news is, both Hyundai and Kia, they are taking action. They've issued this recall, and they're working to fix the problem. So if you own one of these vehicles...
Don't wait for that recall notice to show up in your mailbox.
Exactly. Head online, check your VIN, and if your car is on the list, call your dealer, get it in ASE.
Safety first, always.
Couldn't agree more. And it really makes you think, as EVs become more and more complex, what other unforeseen challenges might be lurking around the corner? Something to ponder, maybe. But that's going to do it for us today, everyone.
Thanks for listening.
Stay safe out there.